Well, hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. So just to recap on where we're at with the 1976 GL1000 Goldwing. Last couple of videos was concentrating on stripping it down to the bare frame, which we've now done, and I've checked the frame over. It's certainly got indications of rust and corrosion, but overall it doesn't look too bad. I know that these areas here, and particularly this removal bottom rail here, do suffer or can suffer badly with corrosion. This one looks okay. It's had some welding done there. The chap I bought it off, I'm sure I remember him saying that it's made to do some welding on this bit, but I can't see anything obvious. But it's covered in such thick hand painted paint that I just can't really see until it gets shot blasted. We're not really going to know what state this is in. But on the face of it, it doesn't look too bad. I've gone around and made sure I've removed everything that I possibly can. There were rubbers on these parts that I think the side panels sit in. There was lots of other little screws and bits and pieces that I've had to take off. I do need to get these out. These are quite obviously new, and they've got to come out. I'm struggling to see how I'm going to do that at the moment, because normally they sort of sit in to the tube more, and you can normally get a socket or something that sort of fits on the back of them and just drift them out. But these ones don't seem to have any real kind of lip on them for me to be able to do that. I'm going to have a closer look at that. I might just heat them up and then see if I can prise them out with a screwdriver, which I'd rather not do. But I mean, there might even be a special tool, but whether it's going to fit these, because these aren't factory, I don't know. I'll have a look at that. Didn't come with a centre stand, but I managed to find one of those on eBay, so that's good. And the workshop at the moment is an absolute mess. It's full of Goldwing parts. It's got the tank and the rear mudguard. My workbench is basically just an absolute jumbled mess of assemblies and parts and nuts and bolts and all sorts of stuff that I've stripped off. So all of this is going to have to be gone through. I've started putting bolts and fasteners, etc., into Tupperwares. So these ones will be gold zinced. These ones will be bright zinc, I think, and there's also some ones that need to be done black. Oops. I've got a box of bits which look, on the surface of it, look okay, just need cleaning up. Shocks I'm junking anyway, but I'm going to keep them for reference. Calipers, brakes were sort of working, and I think they may have been rebuilt where you wouldn't know it looking at them. So obviously they need some cosmetic work if nothing else. Clocks are definitely wrong. Headlights going to need taking apart and rechroming, etc., etc. I've then got 3 boxes down here of assorted parts, wiring loom, headlight shell, more electrical components down there, obviously the wheels, and some larger assemblies in this box as well, which you're all going to need stripping, and then separating out into boxes of things that I'm going to tackle myself and paint myself, things that are going to be to have to be painted, etc. So this bike came with a load of spares, which I've told you about before, but I think it's time now to have a look in those boxes and see what we've actually got, because as I've been going along, I've been making a list of things that I think are missing. Sorry, the camera's strobing there. Things that I think are missing or I need to sort out. I'm not going to go through this whole list, but some of the big ones are there was no battery box on this. Whether there's one in the box bits I've got, I don't know. Speedo cable, don't know if I've got one of those. Definitely haven't got mirrors. I think it's the wrong horn, etc, etc, etc. Rear foot pegs, they weren't on the bike, hopefully they're in the box. Definitely haven't got a battery. The thumb wheels which hold the false tanks on, side panel on the tank. Yeah, there's a lot of bits either missing or
this is box number 1.
You know,
so he'd already
there
started
might be other boxes, but then I need to check up
rubbing all these
what condition
down,
they're in.
he
I know I've definitely got some duplicates,
and
which we'll go through as well. But,
like
so I think what I'm
going
to find invaluable
where the
this particular build is the original parts list, or this is a
clips for
blueprint
these.
of it,
Pretty
but
sure
it is the actual Honda
on the bike
parts list, and you really can't go wrong with these because
so that'll be good.
they not only list every single component, they even give you the exact sizes of all the bolts
and we've got the top
to use as well, and the style of bolts to use. So that's going to be invaluable because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of nuts and bolts and stuff missing from this. So that's that. So I think the next thing to do is we'll go up to the shed and we'll dig through some of the boxes and we'll see what we've got.
All the lugs seem intact on these. The original Candy Antares red, which is the actual colour, was the colour of the bike was originally. I think I'm probably going to go for the blue rather than that, but again, all intact. Now that one's got the clip to hold it in place, whereas the other one hasn't, so that's probably something else I'm going to need to source. I took one of these off the bike and I've got another 2 here. In fact, I think that's off a later one because it's got the 2 thumb screws on it, and I'm pretty sure 76 only had the single thumb screw on it. So, you know, I mean, presumably I can get some money back on these. I'll stick them on eBay. I'll check the other one, unless it's particularly damaged, then I'll just use the one I've got. That's one chrome cover that goes over the exhaust, but again the 76 didn't have those, so I'm not going to be putting that on. That's that plate that goes down the front of the engine and holds the engine bolts on, and again I've got one of those. This one's all quite bent up, so don't think I'll be using that one. I've got a couple of pulleys for the camshaft belts, a couple of spare pulleys. I've got a feeling somebody on Facebook wanted one of these, so I might see if that's still the case. And then at the moment we've got one, which one's that? That's the left hand, and I've got a nasty hole in it, that one there. Yeah, it's rotted through and got a nasty hole in it, so I don't think we'll be using that one. Right, that's box number 1. Right, on to box number 2. So I've got a spare swinging arm, but again I don't think, I'll have to check it, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the one I've got. So that might be useful to somebody. I can probably go on eBay. All I'm doing at the moment is I'm really just sorting through bits and taking out bits that I definitely know are what I need and I want to keep, because they're missing off the bike I've just stripped. So right, I do know, because I've seen it, we've got 2 kickstarts, and I understand these are quite rare, so one of those can go onto eBay. Okay, so we've got a black side stand there. I'll have to compare that with the one that's on there to see if that's original. The one I've got is chrome. It's not meant to be chrome, it's meant to be black, so I'll probably keep that one and spray that out myself, I would imagine. I've got various lots of pipes. Oh, that's interesting. Right, that is going to be, yeah, that's going to be the regulator, which was definitely missing off the bike. I noticed when I took it off, so I definitely want to keep all of that. I'm not going to throw any of this away yet. You know, when you do these projects, quite often you start off with the best intentions, and you think you've got everything you need, but then it turns out you miss something really obvious. So we'll just keep plodding through, see what we've got. I don't think some of this stuff is. that's interesting, because that does look like it's in slightly better condition than the one I've just taken off, because you can actually see the lettering on this one, whereas the one I've just taken off you can't really see the lettering. So that's definitely a keeper, I think. Okay, box number 3. Ooh, what I found a battery box. This is what I was worried was missing, so that's good. And that's interesting, because that is the regulator that bolts on there, so maybe that other one I kept out. The plates off the rocker camshaft assembly. They've been polished up at some point, they're not too bad. They need a bit of work on them, but they're okay. That's cool. Thermostat assembly by the looks of it. Again, got one on the bike, so I don't think I need to worry about that too much. This is something wrong with the other one. Until the bike's up and running, I'm not going to get rid of any of these parts anyway. That came out of the rear wheels, good. There's our second Rarers Rocking Horse Poo starter handle. Okay, I'm going to keep that because it's got that, but I really don't like those. Spare headlamp. That was a spare speedometer. I suppose you might still want to use that for something. Parts possibly. Depends what what state the other ones are in. Unfortunately, that's broken. That's the colour that the clock should be on the 76. The ones that are fitted on it are blue at the moment, which was for a later model. So that's a shame that's broken. I'm sure we can source some more. Right, the mudguard that he's put on, the rear mudguard he's put on this bike, I think he got from the US, and this must be different because it doesn't fit on the mudguard that is on the bike. So I need to work on that and see what I can do, whether I'm going to change the mudguard or whether I'm going to change the light assembly. We'll have to see how we go. These parts in here, they're going to be exhaust strings, aren't they? Oh look, there's another. Now there's a little spring in there, and they did send me a nice little note when I bought the bike off him, pointing to that and telling me that goes with the points. So I'm going to keep those bits because they'll be sent off to be refurbished. Oh look, got a whole massive bunch of nuts, bolts, washers, all sorts of stuff in there, all connected to these magnetic trays left me as well. Oh, that's handy. I don't know whether any of them are off the bike or not, but they might as well all go off to be plated. I don't know how they charge you by, I presume they charge you by weight or something, I don't know, but that's okay. I'll get all that sorted. Oh, look at that. That is a rear caliper. That's interesting. I might end up using, well, from free off I might end up using that, because I think the thread in there is stripped on the other one. Depends how easy it is to fix the thread instead. Hub off one of the wheels, or front wheel. Various caliper parts. Again, we've got, but all worth keeping hold of. Cables off. That looks like the top or bottom of the. Don't remember taking one of those off anything, so we'll hang on to that. It's going to be the battery. The battery strap, or the battery, which I haven't got. Another beeper for the turn signals. I don't know whether they put those in the 76 or not. I think they probably did. We'll keep one of those out then. Oh, that's going to be be rear foot pegs. Again, don't think they're especially chrome, so they're going to have to, that's definitely not right. It sits inside the false tank. That's good that we've got that. And we do have thumb wheels, which is good. They go on there. They hold that shouldn't be chrome by the tank up. I do know where that goes. It goes on the side of the engine. Oh look, that's the fuse box top. One of a better word, I think. Yeah.
The other thing I've got is four sets of exhausts. These ones, which unfortunately are all beyond repair, effectively, and then these two, which are stainless steel. And again, I'm not going to be using those. They actually look in really good condition. So I think at some point they'll be going on eBay. And the other thing I'd got was two original forks, which I'm pretty sure are off this bike, with those tops on, rather than the ones which appear to be air assisted, which came with it. Unfortunately, what they haven't got are the brackets that go on the bottom, and I'm missing one of those, so I'm going to have to source one of those. But we'll worry about that when we come to it.
Okay. Yeah. So good. There's quite a few bits there that I'm going to be needing. So that's good. Right, I'm going to spend a bit of time just sorting these bits and pieces out now, so that I know which ones I definitely need to put with other parts that are going to be sent off to be painted or plated, etc. And I think that'll be it for this video. In the next video I will start stripping some of the sub assemblies, and we'll start having a look at some of those, seeing what state they're in, and talking a bit more about how we're going to proceed with the restoration. Okay, so that's it for now. Hope you've enjoyed this probably quite short video by the time I've edited it. But if you have, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one.